Hey, Reagan, thank you so much for having us. Thank you, TeenLife, for hosting this, and I'm super excited to be here with you. I am here today representing Indigo Research. We do research mentorship. We are a premier provider, and what we do is we take precocious high school minds, we pair you up, we match you with academics at all of the elite institutions across the world, and we set you forth with our curriculum, which allows you to complete our course with publishable research. And we do help our students seek publication opportunities as well. Since our founding in 2019, we've worked with over 1,100 students. We have so many fantastic academics in our network. And I think most importantly, we're here to cultivate intellectual curiosity, and we're here to help you find your intellectual confidence as well. As I noted, most of our students, well, all of our students are finishing our programs with publishable research. And so we do support our students in seeking that kind of publication. We've helped our students gain publication in all of the top high school publications. And we only are ever recommending the most high standard and ethical publications that are out there. So publications that have peer review, double-blind processes, and that will make a difference on your university applications. And I'm sure that is why many of you have heard of research. Just a bit about me. I am the director of IRIS, which I'll be speaking to you about today. That is our 6-week research intensive, which we run in the summers and winters. I went to Harvard. I also went to the Newton Conservatory, and I held a variety of leadership positions while I was there. Okay, so just a bit of context setting for those who don't know about research. We are seeing more and more that former admissions officers and admissions officers are talking about how important they believe research is on applications. Just a note from a former admissions officer that we interviewed from Columbia, up to 70 to 80% of Columbia applicants, or accepted applicants, had some sort of research experience in their applications. And actually what we've seen is that Columbia has even added a supplementary essay question on the Common App about research specifically. So this is something that admissions officers at those top institutions, especially in the most competitive programs like CS, economics, et cetera, this is something that they're really looking for. When we look at UPenn, for example, 2022, 33% of admits had high school research. 2024, we're almost up to 80%. So again, this is just something that we're seeing more and more and more. When we look at our students, we're just seeing that their admissions rates are so much higher than the standard acceptance rates. And this is true across the US and the UK. Just to kind of show you even more tangibly what I mean. So our students have been very kind to share with us their activity list from the Common App. If you're a high school student and you haven't had a chance to look through the Common App, highly recommend thinking about the activity list. It's an extremely important component. And what we see is that our students are really placing their research in a place of prominence on their activity lists. And these students who were accepted to these top schools, they all have some form of research. Okay, moving on to IRIS. So IRIS is our 6-week seasonal intensive. IRIS Summer is what is coming up next. It'll run beginning of July to mid-August. This is a cohort-based program, and it's the most efficient program that we offer. So if you want to do a 6-week program where you start and, even if you've had no research experience, totally fine. We have taken this curriculum and made research digestible to high school students, and we've allowed you to really finish the program with publishable research. And what that means is that we are teaching a lot of writing pedagogy as well, because again, this is all about writing that high-level academic work. And with IRIS, we still have students publishing, even though it's just a 6-week program. I think this is really the curricular. In terms of curriculum, this is the most innovative thing that we do. So this summer, we're offering 10 fantastic courses. In terms of the entire Indigo ecosystem, we really try to bring in our top professors into this. So these are small seminar style, capped at 12 students per class. We're offering computer science this year, genetics, economics, neuroscience, engineering, AI, entrepreneurship, environmental science, astrophysics, and advanced international politics. And the reason that that politics class is advanced is just because the level of reading and writing that we expect in that class just is higher. But as you can see, we really have top faculty teaching this. Not only do we have professors, but we also have TAs for these courses, because we know that to get all of this done in 6 weeks, you're going to need a lot of educational touch points. So we have 6 hours of lecture per week. We expect you to do about 12 hours of homework. We have office hours with your TAs, And we even offer writing center, so writing pedagogy focused office hours every week. I have the schedule here if you want to kind of see, okay, how does this actually shake out in terms of the scheduling? So go ahead and use that QR code if you like. And I always want to hear about more courses if you want to know more. Just again, a snapshot of who these mentors are. Dr. Hopkins from Oxford is truly at the forefront of environmental science research. Dr. DeSantis is a very hands-on entrepreneur. He has held government positions and exited so many AI businesses over the course of his lifetime. I mean, yeah, these are some really, really fantastic academics that we are giving our students access to through this program. How do we do it? Again, I think it's super innovative, but essentially we overload you with challenging information. We have you do a bunch of pre-reading. Then by the end of week 2, we have you come up with that research question. And again, those last 4 weeks are going to be really writing pedagogy focused. Some outcomes. So again, how does this help applications? 6 weeks can really mean a lot in terms of your application. We're really proud of what our students have achieved. We are also accredited by UCSB. And so all of our students who finish IRIS are able to do this program and exit with 2 UC credits. But I think that's my time. Thank you so much for having me, Reagan, and I will pass it off to the next person.
Absolutely. Wow, Lila, that was packed full of information and some exciting opportunities. I will say, wow, that's very, very impressive what your students are doing in that 6-week period. So thank you again for being here. If anybody has any questions specifically for Lila about Indigo Research, please feel free, utilize that oh my goodness, the Q&A. Sorry about that. And actually, Lila, can you stop sharing your screen? There you go. Perfect. Awesome. Thank you so much. And we're going to just go ahead and move on to our next presenter. Our next presenter is Stephanie. Hi, Stephanie. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Fantastic. Always great to have you here. I can't wait to hear about the opportunities that Summer Discovery has for our students. The floor is going to be yours.
Thanks so much. Hi, everyone. My name is Stephanie. I'm a relationship manager at Summer Discovery. So we're going to start with a short video, and then we'll go through a very brief PowerPoint. Oops, I want to share my sound here. There we go.
High school begins the unrelenting mental march toward college acceptance. A journey filled with anxiety-inducing pressure so palpable, it can overwhelm even the brightest students. For nearly 60 years, Summer Discovery has been partnering with the world's most prestigious universities to deliver best-in-class immersive summer pre-college academic enrichment experiences that balance university-curated courses in diverse fields of study with opportunities to explore fun new places with new friends. With over 15 exceptional campuses to choose from and more than 300 courses, each student is able to customize their unique experience. After class, there is ample time for organized trips and adventures both on and off campus. Summer Discovery prepares you for college through a genuine on-campus experience, led by the most experienced and visionary instructors in the industry, with course curriculums that are challenging, interactive, and highly collaborative. From business and entrepreneurship to medicine, law, engineering, sports management, and more, our programs deliver guaranteed results, including a certificate of completion and a letter of recognition for our high school students to include in their academic portfolio. With more than 300 courses to choose from, there's sure to be a curriculum perfectly suited to every student. Summer Discovery transforms a regular summer into a life-changing experience, with students immersed in new cities and communities, experiencing new people, places, pastimes, and cultures. This summer, get a head start on college life and walk away with results that bolster your college application with an on-campus experience unlike any other, while making memories and friendships to last a lifetime. Learn more at summerdiscovery.com.
Okay, I feel like that video does a great job of showing who we are, but I just want to go through some of the highlights. So Summer Discovery, we've been around for about 60 years, 40 years in the pre-college space, and the owners who are family operated are still involved in the business today. We offer authentic university classes taught by university instructors, which I think is important. We aren't just renting space on campus. This is a true partnership with the universities. I know the video said 300 classes, but it's actually over 600 courses now. Oxford summer courses became part of the Summer Discovery family in the fall, so we now have programs at Oxford and Cambridge. We offer unparalleled expertise, safety, and supervision on campus, a balance of support and freedom. We really want students to feel like they are getting a true college experience. We're about 30% international. We have students coming from around the globe. We have afternoon, weekend activities and excursions, evening as well. So we're not just about the academics, and a variety of options for students to choose from. Program length, we've got commuter, residential, really something for everybody. So why pre-college? We certainly understand there's so many options a student can choose from, but we certainly feel as though a pre-college program really does help students develop those soft skills that are necessary from that transition of high school to college. It allows students to develop confidence and a strong sense of self in a safe, secure environment. Because we do have so many cool classes that are not available at the high school level, it really does allow students the opportunity to explore a path that they may want to pursue down the line, but allows them to do that ahead of time. Same with campuses as well. If you have an idea that maybe you want to go to Georgetown or Michigan, you can try that out ahead of time. We think that this helps you develop your student narrative as you're going through the application process for college. We all know how challenging it is to stand out on college applications, and at the very least, it shows that you are interested in learning. We have a couple options for students. We have our high school program, our middle school program, and then our Institute for the Gifted. And here are all of our college partners. We have 4 new partners this year, which are highlighted in red at the bottom. We have Vanderbilt, Cornell University, Oxford and Cambridge, like I mentioned, and then IMG Academy, which is a little bit different from the rest of the offerings, but great for students who are interested in the sports business world, as well as sports and sports management, sports training, things like that. So students typically take 2 classes. They take a class in the morning and a class in the afternoon. They can mix and match different subject areas, or they can take the same class in the morning and the afternoon where they're just concentrating on one subject area. We've got a whole variety of classes on our website and a full course catalog. And this is what a typical day generally looks like. Students can choose from activities after class and in the evening as well. Everything from silent disco to bonfires, mentalists, everything you can think of. And on the weekends are when the larger excursions happen. Then we have our Institute for the Gifted, a couple of unique campuses here, as well as some campuses that are overlapping with Summer Discovery. And this is for students who have been identified as academically talented, creative, or gifted. There are 3 ways that students can qualify for this program, either through a test score, letter of recommendation, or showing us that you've been accepted into a similar gifted program or school. And this is what the gifted studies schedule looks like, very similar to the Summer Discovery schedule. Application process, really straightforward. This timeline is a little bit outdated right now because we are already in April, but basically go onto our website, start an application. One of our summer program specialists will be in touch with you to kind of walk you through the process. We've worked with 100,000 plus students from around the globe. We hope to see you this summer. And please check us out on all of the socials on our YouTube channel. You can see the video that I showed today, as well as campus specific videos. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Stephanie. Appreciate it. Always love hearing about those opportunities throughout the country for students to check out. Thanks for being here. Those of you that are watching live, please feel free. We've got several of our presenters here with us tonight. They want to answer your questions. So if you're thinking it, go ahead, type it in there. If you want to know something that wasn't brought up, or you just want to know a little bit more about, please go ahead, put it on in there. So we're going to go ahead. We will move on to our next presenter. Hi, Becca. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing fantastic. Thank you so much for being here. You are with the University of Montana summer programs. We cannot wait to hear what you have in store for students on your campus this summer. The floor is going to be yours.
Thank you. Okay. So I am with the University of Montana. My name is Becca Simons. I'm the Associate Director of Summer and Pre-College here. I just want to say thank you so much for taking the time and allowing us to be here. I'm really excited. I'm going to share about one of our pre-college programs, which is Summer Exploration. Before I do that, though, I just wanted to quickly, for those of you who are not familiar with Missoula, Montana, or University of Montana, just a quick little thing. I have called Montana home for about 8 years now, but I did spend most of my life on the East Coast, so Montana was a bit of a mystery to me. So I wanted to just share quickly, Montana is known as the Treasure State. We are in the West. We're the 4th largest state in the US, but one of the least densely populated. So we have just over 1 million people. Missoula is nicknamed the Garden City. It's the 2nd largest city in Montana with a population of about 80,000 people. That picture on the left down there is showing our campus at the University of Montana. We're a flagship institution and a public research university with a population of about 10,000 students. And the photo on the right is showing a photo aerial view of downtown Missoula. And then our specific program, so we run something called Summer Exploration. It's a pre-college program. This will be our 5th summer running it. It's open for in-state, out-of-state, and international students who are rising juniors or seniors, as well as seniors graduating. It's a 2-week residential experience, and it will run from July 7th through the 19th. And that photo was actually taken last year on one of their river floats. So during the program, it's a relatively small program. We offer 4 courses. Students who are admitted into the program will take 1 of 4 courses and earn 2 college credits at the completion. We offer CSI Missoula and Montana Habitats are both courses that will stay on campus for the full 2 weeks of the program. The other 2 classes, Biking the Bitterroot and the Environmental Ethics, are field courses that we offer in partnership with our local nonprofit organization called the Wild Rockies Field Institute. So those 2 courses will actually be on campus for the first part of the week and the end of the 2 weeks, and then they'll actually be in the field for the majority of the 2 weeks. The ones on the right will stay on campus for the full 2 weeks. So some of the benefits I wanted to talk about for taking this program, I think it really boils down to these 5 things. So connections being the biggest one. These create lasting friendships, connect with inspiring faculty and staff, and building these networks. You get a taste of college, a sneak peek into college life. You'll experience dorm living, attend classes and dine in campus eateries, and just immerse yourself in all that the university has to offer. It's fun. It's an adventure-filled journey where you'll work hard, you'll play hard, and you'll make unforgetting memories exploring stunning landscapes in Montana. College credit, as I mentioned, you'll earn 2 college credits and expand your knowledge with our hands-on learning opportunities, which we're very well known for and really enjoy, and think that experiential learning and life outside the classroom is really just a wonderful experience that we have to offer. And then self-exploration to ignite your curiosity and discover your potential for growth. This is a lot of times that we have students who step outside their comfort zone and embark on a journey of self-discovery and really get to try something new. Many of our testimonials and students just love being able to step out of their comfort zone and take a chance on something and have really good experiences with that. This is a sample day. Students do have class in the morning, study hall in the afternoon, and then a variety of different activities. For those students staying on campus, the activities range from anything from planetarium shows to games on the oval, sessions on public speaking and resources and Blackfeet ways of knowing. And then Missoula activities, we do a very large river float, a service Saturday where we give back to the community, a baseball game, movie night, downtown Missoula, et cetera. And then our end of our 2 weeks culminates in a final showcase where families come and listen to all of our students present on what they learned for the 2 weeks and get to share with their fellow students and also their families and staff the culmination of their 2 weeks, which really is a nice wrap up to the end. Our deadline right now, applications are still open. The final deadline is Wednesday, April 30th. There is a website to apply. It's an online application. There is no fee to apply. And then there's a few requirements which are listed there. The cost and scholarships, it is a $3,000. We do have limited $500 scholarships available. Room and board, all meals and program costs and course fee are included in the cost for the program. And then not included are travel expenses and personal expenses. These are just a couple testimonials and then my contact information. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Becca. That was a great presentation, some beautiful pictures, and I appreciate you spending a little time telling us about Montana. It looks like a gorgeous campus and a lot of opportunities for students. So thank you for being here with us. Anyone that has questions for Becca or any of the other presenters that we have, make sure you're utilizing that Q&A. I've also put the reader response form in the chat, so that's another way to connect our students, parents, educators with the programs that are presenting here tonight. So just wanted to remind you of that. So we are going to move right along. Our next presenters actually couldn't be with us here tonight, but they did submit a video. You'll probably understand why. The American University of Paris has submitted a video for us to share. So we are going to go ahead and share that. Bear with me while I get that going.
Hi, I'm Andrea Christmas, Director of AUP Summer School. I'm so pleased to be with you today to let you know a little bit more about our summer school options for high school students aged 16 and over. First, a little bit more about AUP, or the American University of Paris. AUP is a small liberal arts style university located in central Paris. We are regionally accredited in the United States and offer an English language curriculum, with the exception of our French language classes, for example. We have a small, very international student population with over 100 nationalities on campus. Students can expect a very personalized learning experience. Our average class size is only 15 students. AUP's urban campus is really centrally located in the beautiful 7th arrondissement. Our 8 campus buildings are scattered along the Seine between the Eiffel Tower and the Invalides. So really the longest walk that you can expect between campus buildings is 15 minutes. And the Invalides, just to note, it's that gold dome building you see in the picture here. Between classes, you're really immersed in the city. You can explore the many shops, restaurants, and cultural offerings that the 7th has to offer. So you can imagine yourself picnicking on the Champ de Mars right next to the Eiffel Tower with new friends after class, or visiting the Rodin Museum just near the Invalides to get some inspiration for your sketching Paris class, for example. We open our university level summer school classes to high school students so that you can get a taste of university life in Paris. At AUP, you also can customize your experience by choosing between taking your summer school classes for university credit, which is going to give you a jump start on your studies, or as an auditor, if you just really want to test out the university classroom. You can join us for one of our 3 summer sessions. In any case, whichever you choose, you're going to complete a full semester's worth of classes in either 3 weeks or 6 weeks. All of our summer classes really bring you into the city to experience everything that Paris has to offer. So, for example, many of our art history classes are taught inside museums, and so you'll have your lectures with your faculty member and small group in front of the works that you're talking about. Our French immersion classes really bring students out into the world to test those skills that they're learning in the classroom. And our creative writing workshops allow students to hone their craft in a city that's really been home to writers for centuries. And we also bring working writers to campus for readings as part of that program. This summer, We also have several communications offerings, which might be of interest. So for example, in June, we have a practical journalism course, which is going to allow students to learn how to report out stories and use our multimedia classroom spaces to do so. And in the month of July, we have a fashion studies course, which is really set up to be an introduction to the profession. So it's going to introduce students to the various different career options that they might consider in the fashion industry. And they're going to do so through site visits and guest speakers who are going to be working professionals themselves. High school age students who are not planning to travel with family are going to stay in our Jouffroy d'Abon residence hall. It's located in the residential 17th arrondissement of Paris. There, they're going to live with 2 on-site residential advisors, and they're going to learn to commute safely to campus through our orientation program. Just to give you a sense here, you can see both the location of our primary campus building as well as our residence hall on this map here. And so it's going to be an easy commute via bus, metro, or even on foot, actually. We've got optional cultural excursions that students can opt into during the summer as well. They're going to bring students off campus to see cultural events in the city, like classical concerts or ballet. And we've got walking tours also that are led by our Dean of Students, who's also an experienced guide in the city. And we have weekend day trips, which are going to take students to explore nearby places like Chantilly in the north of Paris, where students can learn about whipped cream and view beautiful artworks and visit the beautiful chateau there, or to the more medieval city in northern France of Amiens, for example. A lot of different options for students. Tuition and fees are going to be variable depending upon the options that you select. So if you opt for university credit, there's going to be a price differential between audit, and similarly whether or not you have a roommate. Our application process is really simple. We just want to know who you are, what makes you interested in AUP Summer School, and our application advisors are going to be available if you have questions. So we really look forward to hearing from you, and we really hope you'll consider studying in Paris this summer at AUP Summer School. And you have all of our contact information here. So à bientôt. Merci.
Fantastic. Thank you, Andy. And really appreciate you submitting that video. The living in France for the summer, that is quite an opportunity. So Andy could not be with us here tonight. So students, if you have specific questions about that program, please make sure that you fill out that reader response form. That's going to be the best way to connect with Andy and learn more about AUP. So we are going to just continue moving right along. We have 2 more presenters for the evening. So this is just another pleasant reminder that we're going to be coming up on time. So if you're thinking about asking some questions, please go ahead and take advantage of the time that we have left tonight. So our next program is Soul Sparks, and we have Sarah Mack with us. Hi, Sarah, how are you? Oh, you're on mute, hon. That's okay.
Hi, I'm Sarah, and I'm the director of Soul Sparks, calling from Seoul, South Korea today. Very excited to be here.
So cool. Oh, it's so awesome. Well, Sarah has submitted a video that I'm going to go ahead and show, but she is here with us tonight. So if you have questions for her afterwards, during, feel free to type. Can't wait to watch this. Sarah, thank you for being here and teaching us about the opportunities that you have for students. I'm going to go ahead and show that video.
Hi, I'm Sarah Mack, the creator and director of Soul Sparks. When I was 15, I came to Korea as a high school exchange student, and it changed my life. Today, I help ambitious high school students have their own life-changing experiences through Soul Sparks, a premium 6-week summer program held right here in the heart of Seoul. On weekdays from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m., Sparks students learn Korean at Seoul National University, Korea's top school. Students complete 120 hours or 2 semesters of college-level Korean at 5 times the regular speed, earning 6 college credits in just 6 weeks. But language is just the beginning. Every afternoon, our students experience Korean history firsthand. Our Korean history curriculum is experiential and immersive. Spark students don't just learn Korea's history, they live it, in chronological order, covering 6 major periods of Korean history in 6 weeks. When they learn about the Joseon Dynasty, the golden age of traditional Korean culture, students visit 700-year-old palaces and wear period-appropriate clothes. They debate Confucian politics with the world's top expert on Joseon literature and philosophy. They eat palace foods, and they learn to appreciate traditional Korean music. When we study the Japanese colonial era, we learn about the life of Yu Gwon-soon, a 16-year-old girl who led the March 1st independence movement. We visit the cell where she was imprisoned, and we reflect on how someone the student's own age dared to resist, and in doing so, changed the fate of her country forever. When we cover the Korean War and its impact, we don't just learn dates of battles and names of generals. We do a White House Decision Center simulation of the diplomacy behind the conflict. We go to the DMZ and we look across the border at North Korea with our own eyes. And we hold reflection discussions on what reunification could look like with a North Korean defector who's experienced life on both sides. During our units on Korea's economic development and democratization, we tour a 1970s moon village. We talk to people who demonstrated for peace in the streets of Gwangju, and we reenact our own version of the 1988 Seoul Olympics. When we show students how the Korean wave took over the world, we visit Nami Island, meet TV stars, get K-pop makeovers, and attend a private concert on the Han River. My mission for Sparks is to help students see they're not just studying Korean history, they're a part of it. Korea's rise from the ashes of a devastating civil war into one of the most dynamic and globally admired cultures in the world didn't happen by accident. It was built through vision, sacrifice, and relentless effort. And the fact that our students choose to come here to learn, explore, and engage, that Korea is now a place young people want to explore and experience and not escape. That is historically significant. At Sparks, Friday afternoons are whatever you make them, literally. Students tell us what they're passionate about, and we design a personalized experience just for them. Last summer, students apprenticed with fashion designers, explored calligraphy and folk painting, performed K-pop dance, studied Korean Sign Language, wrote articles along seasoned journalists, and did a mini internship at a skincare company. This year, we're adding even more options, like Korean cooking, music production, documentary filmmaking, and more. And in 2025, we're launching our summer research program. 4 students will be selected to work one-on-one with a PhD-level advisor to write an original 15 to 20-page research paper on a topic of their choice. Each student is also paired with a Korean undergraduate mentor, someone who tutors them in Korean, joins us on field trips throughout the week, and serves as a local guide, language partner, and friend in the city. Rising seniors benefit from our optional college application workshop, working with university admissions professionals twice a week to complete a Common App essay, activity list, resume, and 3 supplemental essays by summer's end. At Seoul Sparks, every detail is covered, from airport pickup to SIM cards with unlimited data to health insurance to city transit passes. Students stay in a premium residence hall in the heart of Seoul and enjoy 3 meals a day with all dietary needs accommodated. From the moment students arrive until the moment they go back home, we take care of everything so students can focus on what really matters: learning, growing, and having the summer of a lifetime. In short, much like Korea itself, we aim to deliver extraordinary value in a compact format, combining study abroad, university-level coursework, global learning, professional development, and personalized experience in just one summer. Join us this summer at Seoul Sparks and experience the best Korea has to offer, your way.
That was a great video, Sarah. Thank you so much for sharing. Any other final pointers that you didn't mention in the video that you would like to share with anyone that's watching?
Sure. So first of all, I obviously came to Korea through a teen enrichment program when I was in high school. And now I get to run my own program. So I'm really just honored and excited to be here today. Thank you so much to TeenLife and to all of the other presenters as well as the parents. I just wanted to quickly share that the application deadline for this year's program is April 30th, and we currently have 5 out of 24 spots left. So the program is open to students aged 14 to 18. And as long as they have completed 9th grade and they have not yet gone off to college, they are good to go. So if your student is completing 12th grade this year, but will be attending college after the summer, they are more than welcome to apply. We have had a big spike in interest recently. And we do unfortunately close applications after we reach 24 students. So if you're thinking about applying, I do recommend doing it soon. The application includes some background information on the student and their school, an essay, and also a interview, which I will be facilitating. So if you want to chat with me directly before applying, or if you have any other questions, you can reach out to me via our contact form at soulsparks.com/contact, and you can book a one-on-one call. You'll also see we have amazing testimonials. Our students are going to be attending. We have 9 students who are going to be in college this upcoming semester. They're going to be going to, I think, Berkeley, UChicago, USC, World Bachelor, WashU, Tulane, and American, as well as Cornell. So, and that's just the schools that they're attending. It's not the full list of schools that they're going to be, that they were accepted to. So lastly, the only thing I love more than living in Korea is sharing it with amazing students and parents. So please feel free to reach out. Thank you to everybody, and I hope to meet you in Seoul very soon.
Thank you, Sarah. I really appreciate it. You can tell that you are very passionate about it. What an amazing experience that you have for students, and clearly Korea has had a place in your heart, and I love that you're sharing it with others. So again, for those of you that are interested, Sarah is here. You can answer any question. She'll answer any questions that you might have. And she did bring up a good point about application deadlines. That might be another good question if you have that for any of our other presenters. So we are just moving right along. I'm really excited to hear from Dr. Ken Montgomery. Hi, Dr. Montgomery. How are you?
Hello, I'm doing all right. Thanks for
Very
having
nice.
us here
Very
tonight.
nice to have you here. I'm going to go ahead and let you have the floor to tell us more about Innovation Certificate. The floor is yours.
Great. I should be sharing my screen. Everybody see it all right? Always.
Yes, we can. We can
Uh,
see all of the other slides on the side. I don't know if you want to go into like presenter mode.
okay, presenter mode. Yeah, that makes sense. Presenter.
Oh, I guess that must be.
That's strange. Presenter view, play from current slide. I don't know.
That'll work.
That's like where
That'll
was,
work.
yeah, I'm trying. It's is
So,
that
there it is. That's what
there
we
it
want.
is. Oh, it's like swapping the displays.
See,
All
just
right.
a little bit of time. All right. Now the floor is yours.
All right. Well, thank you. So, hello, everybody. My name is Dr. Ken Montgomery. I'm the executive director and co-founder of Design Tech Oracle, and I'm here to talk to you about one of our offerings, the Innovation Certificate, that gives people the opportunity to learn design thinking online or in person. So, before we get into some of the specifics of that, I just want to ground this with some of our core beliefs. So, core belief number 1, we believe the purpose of education is not to get better at school, it's to give young people the opportunity to make a difference in the world and transform themselves in the process. Core belief number 2, we believe that the future belongs to the creative. And why do we believe that? We think the impact of artificial intelligence is going to really change the world and the skills that students need to have. So artificial intelligence has moved us from the internet providing content. So we used to be able to go to the internet, it would tell us things, information, you could watch some videos, to now the internet can provide skills through ChatGPT, Claude, and other forms of AI. So the internet is it's not just telling us stuff, it's doing stuff. And so AI is making a lot of the most traditional educational goals obsolete. So if one of the primary goals of the current system is for students to do well on exams, for you know who does a really great job on exams, ChatGPT. So you can see this is a list of tests that ChatGPT had already passed, and this list is just getting longer and longer. It does really well on AP tests, the bar exams, Stanford Medical School exams. So because of this impact of artificial intelligence, we really believe that students need to learn creativity and the skills from design thinking. And who else agrees with that? The employers agree with that. So the employers have identified the core skills needed for their workforce. And this was a survey in the Future of Jobs report by the World Economic Forum most recently. And so employers say these are the top 5 skills: analytical thinking, creative thinking, resilience, flexibility and agility, motivation, self-awareness, curiosity, and lifelong learning. So our program is anchored in teaching students design thinking, and design thinking is really strong in building all of these skills, especially creativity. And it's important to note that creative thinking moved from the number 5 most important skill to now it's the number 1 most important skill over the next 5 years. So as employers are thinking about what's needed in the future, creativity is just moving up and up on that list. And to emphasize that point, this presentation was largely created by artificial intelligence. So I went to a website, I typed in this prompt, create a presentation, I put in links to our website, said, base it on this, here's the goal, give information, inspire people, get a look of it. And AI created this. So when you're seeing images like these are not real people. This is an artificially intelligence created image. So it's really emphasizing that AI is changing the world quickly in unpredictable ways. So our program is really set to give students the skills they need for this future. So some of the things that make this program unique, it really moves students beyond the classroom and the traditional things that education does. Wired Magazine named us Silicon Valley's ultimate incubator, and we created this program in partnership with Stanford University and the Stanford D School. So this is really about the design thinking program that we worked on with them, that we've been teaching at Design Tech at Oracle. And most importantly, it's a human-centered approach to move through the world. So students learn how to solve complex problems, but they're putting people at the center, which we think is even more important in the future. So what are some of the highlights? Students will learn creative thinking. They'll learn to see problems through a new lens. They'll also learn analytical skills combined with these creative skills. So they'll be able to blend their logic with their imagination because they're creating things, but then they have to make decisions along the way about what are some of the best options to pursue. And it'll also build confidence and skills that impress admissions officers and employers, so college and career readiness. And here's just some student reviews. This is from one of the our internship accelerator program, where the students are saying, thanks to this internship, I've been able to work in a professional environment. I feel prepared for the future. It's going to set me up better. I know how to work with a group. A university admissions officer reviewed our program and said this level of analysis by a high school student would be a distinguishing characteristic in applying to highly selective colleges. Few existing co-curricular, extracurricular activities offer this kind of challenge and positive outcome. So who should apply to this? Future leaders. So if you do this program, you'll learn how to guide projects from the concept to launch, take that idea from your brain into the world. Inspiring entrepreneurs, if you want to develop skills to identify opportunities and create solutions. And creative minds, to channel that creativity into practical innovations. And this is so interesting. This side note, it's interesting that AI put so many people in this slide deck that have pink hair. So, but I just wanted to leave it as is, just to demonstrate how easy, this presentation was created by AI in just a few minutes. So what should you do? Take the first step on this journey of transformation, learn design thinking, then you make a difference, put your ideas into action, and through that, you transform yourself and your future. So this slide, this is all on our website, which I'll put the link up at the end. This is a sample of our course offerings and the costs. So there's the Design Thinking Bootcamp, which is really just gives people the foundation of the design thinking, $750 online, $1,000 in person. And then from there, you have different design studios that you can choose from. Design for Impact to solving a social problem. You can do a design studio and creating a business. Or this was this last session that we ran, this was our most popular one, Design Your Future. So after students have completed the Design Thinking Bootcamp, they take those skills and use it to design the future for themselves. There's a lot of career exploration and things like that. And then after students go through those design bootcamp design studios, then they're eligible for the internship accelerator. So that's where they're paired with a company and they take their design thinking skills and put it to work in the workplace. So we've worked with companies like National Geographic, Kahoot, UC Scout, Answer AI, Flipper. and a few others. So this is a sample of the pathway and the options that students have through our program. So if you want to learn more about our program, go to www.innovationcertificate.org and you can sign up. You can directly sign up for a program, or we also have test drives of our program. So if you go to this website, you can sign up for a test drive to get a sample of what the experience would be like. So thank you. I appreciate your time, and hopefully we'll see you out there in the design world. Thank you.
Fantastic. Thanks, Dr. Montgomery. I appreciate it. Very informative and such an interesting program that you have to offer. AI really is changing a lot of things. So I love that, bringing out the creative juices for students. So we appreciate you being here. And sadly, that concludes all of our presentations for this evening. My favorite thing about this event is the fact that there are so many different and unique programs for students to choose from. And I think tonight's session right here shows just the abundance of amazing opportunities for students that have interest in all different things. So I just want to thank all of our presenters for being here. The one that submitted AUP for submitting a video. And those of you that are watching us live tonight, thanks for being here. Thank you for asking questions. Our presenters want to answer your questions. That reader response form, I put it in the chat one last time. So in case you want to fill that out, connect with any of the programs that are presenting throughout the entire evening. We do have 2 other sessions. So, if there's of interest there. But on behalf of TeenLife, I just want to say thank you. It has been my pleasure hosting tonight's event. If you have any questions, you can feel free to reach out to me at reagan@teenlife.com. Check out our website. All of these programs that are here with us tonight are on our website, along with many, many more. So I hope that you learned something and maybe you were inspired to check out one of these programs. So that is it for us this evening. I hope you all have a wonderful summer programs and are full with excited students. Thank you for being here. Have a great night. Take care.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.